Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Live with me, Doodles. And tonight, our very special guest will be Liz Diggin Canuck, all the way from Canada. But before we bring Liz on, I would just like to say thank you, everyone who's joined the stream tonight, for supporting the stream and for supporting Liz. It's very much appreciated. And can I just say as well, sending my love to Rachel from the Treasure Bandits. She's feeling a little bit poorly tonight. Anyway, without further ado, I will bring Liz in to join us. Hello, Liz. How are we doing today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me today.
No, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the live stream. Honestly, it really is. So what you've been up to today?
Not too much today. We are in the grips of an extreme heat wave. Right now, it's over 42 degrees Celsius outside, so not too much of anything going on here.
Wow, that's hot.
Yeah, it's very
Definitely.
hot.
Yeah. So what was I going to say? So today, with today's pandemic, obviously it's worldwide and stuff. How has it been affecting Canada?
Actually, I think we were one of the first countries to really take it seriously, and we closed the border with the United States almost immediately, as well as international countries. And my city, uh, there are no people in the hospitals because of COVID, and in my entire province, I believe we are under. I think yesterday there were less than 100 cases of COVID, so we've really, really taken it seriously here because we don't really want to. We don't want to mess around.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad. We've only just went into phase 3 in Scotland, so we'll see how that pans out today for us.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's been, I don't know, a long lockdown, shall we say, being locked indoors anyway, for sure, and
Yeah,
not being able to
yeah.
get out swinging. Uh,
Hmm.
so you've been detecting a few years now, Liz. Um, so do you want to tell everybody how long you've actually been detecting and how you actually got into our fantastic hobby and who inspired you at the time?
Oh, many years ago. um, I was um, I was a police officer many years ago, and I came down with vertigo. Now, one night I was rushed to the hospital, and I didn't know what it was. I actually thought I was having a stroke. So I was taken to the hospital by ambulance, and long story short, I was diagnosed with vertigo. I was off of work for an entire year. I had to learn how to walk in a straight line on a treadmill because I looked like I was intoxicated. Um, so, anyways, after the year off of work, it was time to go back to work, and I thought that I still had vertigo, and I really didn't think that it was a good idea to go back to work. Um, because and for all those in law enforcement out there, when you're on the street and you're like a street cop, for lack of a better word, the idea of sitting behind a desk for the rest of your career,
Yeah,
really, really tough. And I was training new. I was a coach officer. I was training recruits from police college. I was a scenes of crime officer as well, doing photographs and fingerprints at crime scenes. And in the summer, I was a bicycle patrol officer. So that was really, really active for me. And like I said, just the thought of having to sit by a desk and just take in reports all day just really, really didn't do it for me.
yeah,
So I left the police department, and I needed a hobby, and I don't know how, but I came across Nugget Noggin metal detecting. So I thought, what the heck? That looks kind of fun. So I actually went down to the local hardware store, and I bought a bounty hunter, um,
yeah,
the lowest level detector that you could probably get. So I got one of those. I took it to a local beach, and I think I found a really busted up car and some nails. So, anyways, I really didn't enjoy that, finding nails and busted up car. So, kind of went onto the shelf for a little bit, and then a couple years after that, I kind of started watching YouTube videos about metal detecting, and I'm very fortunate that I actually early on I started detecting with some really good people who had really good permissions, and I found some really good stuff. So that ignited it again, and I've just been detecting since then.
Ah, nice. So
Yeah,
obviously you started a while ago detecting. Did you start
yeah.
your YouTube shortly after, or did you start it at the
Oh
same
no,
time?
no, no, no. I started my YouTube, I think, in 2016.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, only because I thought it would be a great way to document what I did.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, no, it's only been since 2016 that I've had my YouTube channel.
yeah. I find that definitely a good way of documenting your finds, but also sharing the experiences and your finds with other like-minded people. So yeah, definitely,
Exactly. Exactly.
it is good. So you said you started with the bounty hunter.
Yeah.
So what have you actually worked yourself up to now, and how many detectors have you had?
Oh my gosh, I've had a lot. I had the Bounty Hunter, then I bought a Garrett Ace 250 used. I bought it secondhand. That one didn't last for more than I think maybe a month. And then I got a brand new Garrett AT Pro International.
Yeah,
So I had that, and then I had a Minelab Safari, which is it's a very capable detector, except that thing weighs a ton.
yeah, yeah.
I
It sure
found
is.
it way too heavy. So I got rid of that. I've had a white, I can't even remember the name of it, but it's the kind, it's a pulse induction, and it's just for water. So I've had that. I've had, oh my goodness. Well, I currently have the MindLab Equinox 600.
Yep.
I love it. I absolutely love that. I also repurchased an AT Pro used so that I can get onto some Canadian clad. And a few months ago, I actually won a metal detector, the Xterra, the 305, I think is what it is. So I've
Nice.
got three right now.
Three. Nice.
Yeah,
So you've said that you bought the AT Pro for to find clad.
yeah.
I've seen you mention in some of your videos that the Equinox seems to not pick up the clad, or it gives you iffy signals, ones that you wouldn't dig for the clad. What's what?
Yeah,
What do you think that is? What do you think causes
I,
that?
I think it's what the coins are made of the various metals that it's made of. And that's the thing. It gives you iffy signals, but I have learned I've learned what to listen for and what to look for on the
Yeah.
VDI. So I have started finding Canadian clad, which to me is it's every now and then you just want to go to the park when you don't have too much time, you just find clad because it's kind of fun. So I learned recently what to listen for, what to look for. So like I said, I've started finding a lot of Canadian clad, and I'm kind of leaning towards maybe I don't need my AT Pro anymore because the Equinox is a fantastic detector.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There might be changes in the works as far as
Nice.
detectors.
So you're not brand specific then. You'll go with what you like.
Oh, I am totally not brand specific. I'll take, no, if the detector works for me,
Yeah.
I will use it.
Nice.
I will definitely use it.
So going back to when you started your YouTube channel, I quite actually like the way you started your YouTube channel as well, because it's kind of like, shall we say, a child is born, and moving on, because your very first video was the unboxing of your
Oh
AT
boy.
Pro
Oh,
International.
please don't ever watch that video. Seriously. Everybody that's watching this live stream
Yeah.
right now, please, and I'm not just saying this, please do not watch that video. I don't know who that person was. That person is an imposter. That's not me.
Oh, we've all got to start
Oh,
somewhere.
that's terrible. That is a terrible video. Terrible camera. Just terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, but we all start somewhere. I think it's a bit with YouTube. It's definitely a progression.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
but no, but I like the way you started in the unboxing. This is what I'm going out with, and then your next video was you actually went out
Yeah.
detecting with it,
Hmm.
and you
Hmm.
actually went to a park, didn't you?
Yes.
And
Hmm.
then you were like, yeah, I'm not coming back to the park. um, but on that video as well, was that Diggin Canuck Junior with you that was doing the filming for you?
Yeah, that was the first time we actually went out, and she was helping me with videotaping.
Okay, does
Yeah.
Junior do the detecting scene as well?
Oh no, she's been for the last 4 years. She's been enrolled in well, the next year as well. She's in university right now, so she absolutely has no
Right.
time whatsoever.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Um, so let's see where were we going. Yeah. So as well as that, you mentioned what was that? Ah, no, no, sorry, wrong question. So on the one of your early videos as well, you done a Mind Lab review for the Go Find 60.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How, how did you actually find the Go Finds? Because I've heard that they're a good range for really introductory for the kids and stuff like that as well.
You know, if you go through the comments on that video, I've received a lot of flack for that review, but I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. If I say something on a video, then it's my opinion.
Yeah.
I I don't like I don't like. Well, there's things I like about the Go Find, and things I don't like. I love the portability. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It just folds up into a really, really small package. I absolutely love that. But to be honest, I find the craftsmanship or the materials. I personally, I don't know how a kid can use that and not break it in a short amount of time. I just
Yeah.
found that it's just not. I don't think it's built for the abuse that a child or a young person would give it. But oh my goodness,
Yeah.
I've had some nasty comments on that.
Oh, yeah. But at least it's an honest review. It's an honest review. That's what folk want, though, isn't it? When
Yeah,
you do review
yeah.
the
I
product,
mean, and
definitely.
the Mind Lab box, the Go Find box actually says that you can turn it on and go, and that's what I was mainly either going to show or refute. But yeah, like I said, probably not a good detector to do one of your first reviews on.
I like it. But so what was I going to say? So you are from the beautiful country of Canada. So can you tell us a little bit on the rules in Canada and stuff? Because obviously it differs greatly from the UK. Do you have anywhere that you report fines or
Oh gosh,
anything?
no.
No.
No, 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 no. No. By and large, metal detecting in Canada is, I mean, on public property is like go right ahead. There are some cities that have outright banned metal detecting for various reasons. There are a lot of historical places, which of course you cannot metal detect on. I actually have a War of 1812 battlefield site about maybe a 20-minute drive from here, which you cannot detect on, but you can detect around it. And if you can research the troop movements,
Yeah.
you can find some areas to detect in that are not off limits. And I mean, if we find something crazy historical, some people might report those finds to a museum. Maybe, are you
Yeah.
interested in the item? But no, we do not have like your fines officer. We don't have that stuff here.
No. No, okay. So there's no like age limit or anything like that. It's just up to
No.
you as individual to go to a museum and say, I found this. Are you interested?
Yeah, like I've had friends that have found. Two of my friends have found French fur trade axes from the 1600s. Have actually approached museums and said, "Are you interested?" And the museum said, "No, we got lots of those." So, you know,
Nice. So
yeah,
it adds to the nice collection.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so have you found anything that you think changes find wise that talking about old finds and stuff that potentially have changed the history or the known history of that area?
Uh, well, recently, see, the thing is, I don't know about where you are, but here,
Yeah.
when you have a great find that you actually put in a video, um, there's a lot of people out there that are watching the video with hawk eyes trying to get landmark or something to
Right.
find out where exactly it is that you dug that item.
Right.
So keeping that in mind, I did find I actually found, and it's in one of my videos. I found a badge. I found a British cavalry badge of all
Nice.
things. of the and I wrote this down because it's historical and I really don't want to mess it up. But if you'll I'm just going to read this. I actually found a 19th Light Dragoons cavalry badge. And it was they were part of the British Army, and they were actually created in 1781. Like, wow,
Yeah.
1781 for service in British India. Now, apparently the regiment served in India until 1806, and then they came to North America to fight in the War of 1812. They were disbanded in 1821. So, in this area that I call my Victorian pasture, I almost gave up on this relic because it is a very swampy area and it was well over 1.5 feet deep. And I couldn't find it and I couldn't find it. I was digging with the Equinox 600, but it was such a great signal. I kept at it, and then I pulled out this badge, and the first thing I saw on the badge was an elephant. Now I knew, and it's shaped like if you see my video, it's shaped like actually like a bat wing. When I saw it, I knew that I had something really, really incredible. And then after when I researched it, I was totally, totally blown away
Nice.
that I found the badge. And I gotta say, I've had 2 collectors offer me a lot of money for that badge. But yeah, I figure, there aren't too many of those around, if any, so I think I'm gonna hold on to it.
Yeah. So do you like collecting like memorabilia as well?
Oh, I love relics. I think more so than I love digging coins, but I love the relics and I love the research.
Yeah.
And just thinking about how it got to where I found it, I think is why I do metal detecting.
You've just yeah, not too bad. With the relics and stuff, what would you say is your best relic so far that you've found? When it comes to relics as well, do you prefer like general or more personalized relics to an individual?
Oh, I love personal relics. I've seen other people find like the love tokens and that inscribed stuff. I don't believe I've ever dug anything that on a personal level, but I apart from that 1812 badge, just a few days ago, I think my oldest relic was a pewter spoon handle.
Yeah.
Which I actually dated to 1837, which
Nice.
in my area I think is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love the research. I love researching an item.
I didn't actually comment on that picture because you put it in the community page saying that you'd found it.
I did.
But I was laughing because I think it was the video before or something like that. I'm pretty sure when I looked at it, I've got the crown with the same symbol, pewter, but I've only got a small part yet. But I've got the crown in that because at first when I seen it, I thought, oh, is that a silver hallmark? No, it wasn't. It was obviously a pewter spoon.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I think every dig I've been out in since post lockdown is I've always dug up spoons or spoon bowls. It's nuts. But I do like finding a spoon. You can't beat it.
Oh, for sure.
So along with your relics and finds as well. So what would you say is, other than your cat badge, what would you say is one of your most memorable finds? Relic and coin.
Ah, my goodness, relic and coin. Does a ring count as a relic? Is a ring a relic?
Yeah.
Okay, because I just dug my very, very first gold ring ever.
Yeah, I've seen that video. It's quite good. Like.
Yeah, that was. I think I said, "Oh my God!" Somebody counted 78 times in the video.
That's man. Well, at least it was oh my God, and not right on, or the comments on that as well.
No, I was so thankful for digging that ring. Absolutely incredible. Wow. Yeah, I think that's probably the most emotional thing I've dug was that ring.
Yeah. See, I've never found gold at all. So how did it feel for the very first time actually digging it when you uncover it and then you start to see the yellow shining through?
Oh yeah, when I first uncovered it, it was in a clump, and I could see a hint of gold, and I actually walked away, and my camera was probably about maybe 200 meters away. So I had to walk to my camera, and then as soon as I got the camera, I turned the camera on, and then the 200-meter walk back, I just started talking to the camera.
Yeah.
Which is what you see. That video was pretty much all raw footage, and I literally had to calm myself down because I was going to hyperventilate because I mean it's a ring, right? It's a gold ring on top of that, and then that little voice in you says, "Oh, it's probably not a ring. It's probably fake, or it's not real, or
Yeah.
whatever." But you can see in my video that when I found out it was real, I was just there's no other feeling. I
No.
gotta say.
But do you want to describe the ring, because it was quite an intriguing one, because it was like
I actually have it here.
Oh.
I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. Probably not, but I'll do my best. Let's see. Hopefully you can see it.
Nice. It's picking it up a wee bit and then getting hidden by your back screen bit.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
It's actually a man's ring. It's 10 karat, and it is a cat's eye.
Nice.
It's a cat's eye stone. So I was totally thrilled.
Yeah. Do you know what age it is, or is it hallmarked?
There is a hallmark inside. I've not been able to. There's a 10K, and then there's the maker's mark, which I from what I've seen, 1970s. So it's not super old, but it's vintage.
I like it. It's gold. You know what I mean? As I say, I've never found it. Have you found anything really weird when you've been out detecting as well? Because obviously you go into the woods and stuff as well, don't you? Detecting.
Weird. I found I hope I can say this word. I think I can. I found I didn't know what it was. It was it looked like a can, but then when you opened up the can, twisted the can, there were prongs on all the sides, on both sides, and I had absolutely no idea. And then when someone watched the video, they're like, "Oh, that's a marijuana bud grinder." I'm like, "Oh." So yeah, I think that's the weirdest thing I've ever dug, was that cannabis, I guess. Can I say that?
Yeah.
The marijuana bud grinder, which I really had never seen one of those before.
See, I'm surprised by that for being a police officer as well.
I've never seen one.
No.
Seriously, never seen one. No, never seen one.
They would probably just be
but I know what they look like now.
Definitely. Right, so here comes the question on what we were talking before. Your ring that you found. Now, we're not talking about the gold one. In one of your previous videos, you found if I can say it right, a prairie diamond ring. That was quite intriguing. That looked very interesting. It's kind of, I think, similar to our love tokens.
Yes, it actually it's in the same I guess vein as a love token. And what it was that when Canada and the United States was first being settled, settlers would get together in families and then get all their horse-drawn wagons all together, and they would all move together west because it was safer. It was safer to move in large, I guess, wagon trains is what they called it. So, anyways, you have lots of different mixed families there, and the journey took so long that a lot of the young men and women kind of developed a like for each other, and by in the middle of the journey, or at some point in the journey, the young man would propose marriage to the young lady. Now, because they were not very, they didn't have that much money, of course. Yeah. What they would do is, in order to, or when they proposed marriage, they had no ring. Like the young man had no ring to give to the young lady. So the blacksmiths along the way, what they did was they fashioned a horseshoe ring in a perfect circle, kind of filed the head of the horseshoe to make it look like it had some facets on it.
Yeah.
Or so I'm sorry, horseshoe nail. So they filed the head of the horseshoe nail to make it look like it had facets on it, so that it looked like a diamond. So the young man would have a ring to give to the young lady. And then usually when they got to where they were going, and they started farming or whatever, and get some money, they would replace the prairie diamond ring with a real ring. Now, when I found that, Aaron, who I was digging with, Aaron said, "Oh, for sure, that's a horseshoe ring." But it was in a perfect circle, and I was looking at it, and it had the little facets filed on the head, and I'm like, I think this is a little more than a horseshoe ring. So I did some research, and I found out it was a prairie diamond ring, really, really old. And when I did the research, and that's the little video clip that I put in my video, I thought it was absolutely actually, you know what? You asked me earlier about a personal item. There you go. That is a very personal. Doesn't get more personal than that.
No. It definitely looked like a nice little find as well. So was that or was that at that time just like finding your gold for the time? Because that seems like for the history, you know what I mean? Because obviously it doesn't go too far back, but it seems it goes...
Sadly, Canada doesn't go as far back as it does over on your side.
But it looks like it was back at the settlers and the traveling back.
The early settlers. Yeah, that was, it's an old ring. But you know what? At the time, I wasn't sure what I had.
Right.
And like when I look back at it now, if I knew what it was at the time, I probably would have been as excited as I was when I dug the gold ring, because that's an amazing find.
Yeah, and have you kept that still as well?
Oh, absolutely. I really didn't want to like electrolysis it or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I just with a wire brush, I just took the surface rust off it, and then I coated it in wax. So that's how I have it right now.
Ah, nice. So see, with all your finds and that as well, what is it you actually do with your finds? Do you display them in the house, or do you keep them stored in boxes and stuff?
Oh, I admit sometimes I am not a very good steward of my relics. I've had, I've like, and early on, I really didn't know too much about. Well, I didn't know anything about preserving relics. So I've had some iron relics that have just like for 4 or 5 years, even more, they've just completely rusted out. And, there's not much I can do about that. But for now, I keep every year I have a large container that has compartments in it. So every year I put all my finds in there. So I can go back to 2017 and show you the stuff I dug in 2017, the good stuff anyways. But as far as I would like to set up an electrolysis bath. I would like to do that. But I just haven't. There's so many things. I just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah. So you actually organize your finds by years that you find
them? Yes, I do.
That's pretty organized.
Well, there are some people that are like museum displays, catalogs, and databases where it was found and all this stuff. That is like super duper hardcore. But for me right now, and you know what? It's funny because if I pick up a relic from the 2017 box or whatever, I can tell you where I dug it. I think most of us are like that as well. You kind of remember where it was that you dug most of your items. I don't need catalogs.
Especially I'd say the more significant to you when you find it, you can remember where you found them, like.
For sure.
Definitely. So when over in Canada, obviously for here, we use research tools and like past maps and things like that to try and locate things. What's available to Tetris in Canada for like researching land and areas?
Not too much. I think our maps where you can actually like look at the home sites and stuff like that are 1800s. I've not found anything. I mean, with home sites that have the actual like your lots and your concessions, and the actual home sites and how many dots, or the dots signify how many people were in the home and that sort of thing. Only 1800s, mid 1800s. as far as that. So we don't have too many I mean, the Americans have way more resources, and I'm sure that over in England and Scotland, I would imagine there would be more resources, but yeah, not as many as I would like here.
Yeah, because we've got like I don't know if you've got it in Canada as well, but we've got especially down England, Scotland. It's a little bit harder to open up. But it's called lidar. It's a like
Oh.
basically an X-ray of the ground that can show up underlying mounds, buildings and
Mm-hmm.
stuff that was previously there.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a useful tool, like especially for researching land and stuff
Mm-hmm.
for any unknown parts. So when was the last time you were on a home site? Because I've seen you and Aaron actually. You went looking, didn't you, for a particular
Oh
home site?
boy, that was, yeah, we were on 121 acres. I think last weekend. It was super duper hot. Gotta say, oh my goodness. It was well into, it was like almost 40. It was almost 40 degrees Celsius. He had an idea where the home site was, but the map, there were two maps. It was on kind of a different spot on both the maps because where one ended, the other one began. He thought he knew where it was, but we did not find that. We did not find the home site. Did not.
How long did you actually spend looking and
Oh
research?
my goodness. We must have been out for at least 3 hours is not a big deal, I know, but in 100-degree weather, that's a long time. We gave up. I mean, we would find some iron but not what you would expect to find when you do actually hit a home site. So we're like, you know what? No, we're just gonna call it. So we ended up calling it.
So just kind of for enlightenment, what kind of things would give away a home site? As in, what kind of relics or coins do you find in that you can recognise actually this is potentially a home site that was here?
Right. Well, iron, for sure, iron, concentrated iron, square nails.
Yeah.
Um, um, we don't find a lot of coins at home sites. I guess it depends on where you are in the country.
Yeah.
But and again, the topography. A lot of times you can actually see the little mound where the house once stood, or the cellar hole.
Yeah.
The other way. But we actually, where I got that pewter spoon a few days ago, very, very old land. There is a very old school, and I'm trying to be very cryptic here for a reason. There's a very old school on the site, and then we also found what looked like a bit of a mound, but it was like the mound, but the top was flat. So that's where I found the pewter spoon.
Yeah.
So we will definitely be going there. And there are also, I think the topography, if you can match up the topography with perhaps an old map, if you have access to that, you'll definitely have an idea where that old home site was.
Nice. If anybody's got any questions for Liz, if you just tag Liz or myself in the chat and we can ask any of the questions that you want answered, that would be great. So I noticed on your videos as well, you start digging you've got your digging buddy Aaron. Has Aaron got his own channel, and how did it come about that you started detecting with Aaron?
Aaron has a channel, but he doesn't post videos to it. I actually think Aaron contacted me and said, well, he's not too far away. He's about maybe a 20-minute drive from where I am. So it makes it very very easy to go digging together. But I believe he contacted me and just said, let's go digging at such a location. And I did. And we've been digging for, oh my goodness, I'm thinking 2 years, almost 2 years. And I got to say, Aaron does look at the maps. He does find the old home sites, and he has some incredible locations that he's brought me to. And I found some incredible items at a lot of his locations, and he puts up with me, so that's okay.
Yeah, I noticed when you're in the woods, because it was yourself and Aaron, but you were at the top of a hill as well. But you found a couple of large old scents. What
Oh
age?
yeah.
What age are they? Because I seen like you got quite excited with the old
Oh
large
yeah. This
scents.
was Yeah, most of the winter we detected in the woods. So I was not home for, I didn't have any time off this year. We were detecting in the winter,
Yeah,
because the ground doesn't freeze in the woods here. So we were detecting, like I said, all winter. And we went to this one site where, yeah, on the equinox, solid 18, always upside down,
yeah.
sideways, every way you'd hit the coil. 18. So I dug it, and it was a large scent. I think it might have been around, most of the large scents I've got from that area are around 1911, 19. I've not from that one. I don't believe I've ever found a anything before 1900s in those woods. I mean, I have dug pre 1900 large scents, but not in that woods. But that day I got a large scent coin spell. I got 3 large scents.
Yeah.
That was a great day. But you know what? I didn't get anything after that. So
Oh, I noticed. I just with that as well. But I noticed as well. You found you call them toonies. I think it
okay.
is. Yeah. You found us. You went out and you found an actual spill.
I
Of
found a
I think
toonie spill. I found $8 in a hole. Yeah,
that's a good
that
wee
that
spill.
was that was part of my when I started to learn what Canadian clad sounds like on my Equinox. Yeah, that was a great day for clad. And I got to say that I don't know if this is just me or what, but I find a lot of Canadian clad when I have the small 6-inch coil
Okay.
on the Equinox. I don't know what it is, if it's that coil or not. Um, but yeah, I've been finding a lot of loonies and toonies. Loonies is our $1 coin. Toonies
Okay.
is our $2 coin. So those toonies add up really, really quick.
Nice. I like it. Obviously, I just heard there that Miley's in beside you. Obviously.
Yeah, she's every time I go, because I'm talking to someone and she knows I'm not talking to her, and she knows there's no other people in this room. So she just gets all, out of
Yeah.
sorts.
Nice. Do you ever
Yeah.
take Miley out with you detecting?
Oh gosh, no. No. Miley she's 8 years old, and I thought that at some point in her life she would calm down. Miley is so off the charts as far as reactive. She would make a great, and I've said this ever since we had her. She would make a great police dog because she is just off the charts, super reactive, very, very high prey drive. If there are people in the chat right now that are dog people, even if you don't have a German Shepherd, high, very super high prey drive, off the charts. That is my Miley, and there is absolutely no way I could ever take her detecting.
Yeah. They,
No.
they say they say that German shepherds as well are and like proper intelligent dogs as well. So that
Oh my
they're
gosh, she
suited
is
to the
so
police life.
smart. She is so smart. I've never had a smarter dog. Seriously.
Oh dear, I like it.
Yeah.
So when you're out detecting and stuff like that as well, how do you handle dry spells when you're going out and repeatedly and you're not finding anything? How do you get yourself through it, ready to rather than just say, oh, I give up?
Well, my videos, every video that I post is a dig.
Yeah,
Um, Now, unless I absolutely find zero, and it has to be like zero, then I won't make a video for that day. But by and large, every video that you see is a dig for me because from the very beginning, I've said on my channel, keep it real.
yeah,
Um, Now I know that a lot of detectorists out there perhaps will like go out digging for a few weeks, and then they will compile all their clips into a video, and then that kind of skews it for new people, I think, because they see silver, or in your case, hammered,
yeah,
another hammered, this, this, that, and the other thing, and new people into the hobby see those videos and then they're like, well, I'm going to find the same thing, right, when I go out.
Yeah.
But my video, on the other hand, you will see everything that I consider videoable
Yeah.
in that one dig. So my video is a dig, my day out, a dig. So I just keep your question was how do I when I have dry spells, I just keep going out there.
Yeah.
That's really it. You just the key to this hobby is persistence. You got to be out there to find it. You got to walk over it to find it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I'm the same way. The videos as well. It doesn't have to be spectacular. I'll film a bit of lead. Yeah, that'll make the video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely. It's like one of them. I found it actually quite interesting little whistle. It's the first time I've come across it, but it was actually in the shape of a carp, and it was just it's only about tiny. So yeah, and that was, I think, one of the most interesting finds of that video. You know what I mean? There was no silver, no nothing. It was just,
I can relate to that. But you know what? You're keeping it real. You're not giving anybody any beliefs that the hobby is what it isn't.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of important.
Yeah, definitely. How long have we been streaming? We've been streaming for 45 minutes.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I'm gonna have a little bit of a water break.
That's okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have a small interval break. Everybody check out these channels that are going to pop up. If you haven't got them, please go over and show them the love and show each other the love in the chat. And we will catch you in a few minutes, folks.
Right on.
Hello all, Aaron here from South Coast Detecting. Now, if you find yourself at a loose end with nothing else to do, I mean absolutely nothing else to do, you're at the point where you're just thinking of pulling out your own teeth just for something to do, then why not head over to my channel, South Coast Detecting, and check it out. I mean, it's not quite as bad as pulling teeth, it's not far off, but it might be entertaining. Check it out, you never know.
Hello, and welcome to our metal detecting channel. Join us on our adventures as we attempt to find some of Britain's lost hidden treasures. We have managed to secure some absolutely breathtaking land and permissions throughout the UK. We are history fanatics, we are always ready. We are Dave and Tom, we are the Detectives.
Phil Griff, El Campo Detectorist here. If it's for you, come and join me on the Costa Blanca, out on the beaches, even up in the mountains. Got some cracking videos to go through. Just pop over to my channel, El Campo Detectorist. If you like, thumbs up, like and subscribe.
come in, nice to see you. Name's Phil, Southeast Detecting. If you want to come and join me, have a look at my channel. I use the Simplex. Boom. Loads of finds. I found Viking, Roman. Come and check me out. Have a look at my channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Come and join me on my adventures, digging around the English countryside, looking for Britain's lost history. Southeast Detecting, be there.
Southeast Detecting Productions.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Friday Night Live with me, Doodles. For those that have just joined the chat, welcome and thank you very much for popping in the stream. My special guest tonight is Liz, Diggin Canuck. So let's bring Liz back in. Hello Liz, how are we doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Oh, that was a nice little break for you there.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so I hope everybody pops over and checks the channels that was during that interval and gives them a little bit of love if you haven't done already. So, Liz, looking at it, obviously you're in Canada. Do you ever pop across the border to the United States for a day's digging when you can?
I have. I believe I went last year. I went about 3 times to New York State. Went dump digging, which was bottle digging, which was I find so exhilarating. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And then in October, I went as well to the Pound the Ground event, which was on the New York Vermont border. So yeah, I've gone quite a few times.
Yeah.
However, the border between Canada and the United States is closed, and I don't see it opening up in the near future. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. So will you get across when do you think when it opens?
Will I go? I'll probably wait a little bit to see what's going on down there.
Yeah, not too bad. So what kind of, obviously over in the UK, we've got obviously metal detecting events, obviously due to current climate and stuff. I think they've all been cancelled, to be fair. Now,
Yeah.
I think the last one, Detectival and the Rodney Cook Memorial was announced just recently. What kind of events are actually organised in Canada that do you attend, and how many people actually attend them over there? Is it big, the hobby of metal detecting?
Not like Detectival. Some of the videos that I've seen from Detectival, it's like I guess they would have compared to Pound the Ground that I went to in the United States, but I've been to a few events here in Canada. I've been to some beach hunts, which I think are fun. But the biggest beach hunt, I believe there were 250 guests there, which is probably not a lot by your standards. But yeah, that was a lot of people over here.
that would be a lot of people to me. 250 definitely.
Yeah.
But obviously I had the Detecting Smiths on just recently, and they were saying there's seeded events. Do you have seeded events in Canada as well?
Yes, the beach hunts are seeded events, and Pound the Ground had a full day of a natural hunt, and then they also had a silver seeded hunt. So I did both hunts. I kind of enjoy the seeded hunts. I mean, the entire year we all dig natural. So going to a seeded hunt and like stacking up on their silver, I think is a great thing.
Yeah. We'll talk about stacking up in your silver just in a little minute as well. But with these hunts as well, obviously a few, not necessarily your earlier videos, I've probably seen mid, so you've been YouTubing for a little while. You actually got to meet some of your heroes, and it was quite funny actually watching, because seeing yourself get excited, even though to me you're a big YouTuber.
Oh, no.
And then when you seen like, who was it, Nugget Noggin and Aqua,
my
and going
goodness.
over. How was that for you?
I really fangirled with Nugget Noggin. I watched the footage afterwards and I'm like, oh my goodness. I really, really fangirled with him. Yeah, and then when I met Jocelyn, that was fun too, because I've been watching Jocelyn for many years, and that's the thing. It's you see them on. It's almost like you're watching television. And you know, a lot of people nowadays don't even have television. It's all computer. But to be able to meet somebody that you see on the screen is wow, is just pretty cool. And Pound the Ground was just everywhere you look. Like you turn this way, person. You turn this way, you know, another huge person. And then the funny thing was when people actually came up to you and they say, "Hey, Diggin Canuck," and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, you are." Um, but that to me is what these events are all about. More than the fines, more than than getting the silver, is networking, getting to meet these people, and I absolutely love it. I wouldn't trade that part for the world.
Yeah, I like the fact that you gave. I think it was a mug you gave them as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, some people. Well, I can't give mugs to everybody, sadly. But yeah, Nugget Noggin did go home with a Digga Canuck mug, so I hope that he's. I hope he's using it.
Oh, definitely. So we are metal detecting. Have you got a bucket list on what you want to find? What would be at the top of your bucket list? A couple of your items.
I would. It doesn't. That's a tough question because it really doesn't take too much to get me all excited and happy about a find.
Yeah.
But and this is not a big deal of a find, but I would absolutely love to dig an American Mercury dime. It's a silver dime.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for most Americans, they could, it's not a big deal. But to me, I think that is one of the nicest looking American coins. And I would really like to dig it. And I thought for sure that I would dig one when I went to that hunt in October. But no, I did not dig one. I would love to dig a Mercury dime. I really,
Yeah.
really would. Yeah.
So, is there any events that you've not been to that you really do want to attend?
Oh my goodness. I would love to go to Detectival. I would love to go detecting over on your side of the pond. Love to go to Detectival. I would love to meet a lot of the people that we watch, like the people from across the pond. I would love to meet you all in person. And the thing is, your rallies or digs, whatever. There's a lot of camaraderie. Like I see people with like fires at night and talking over a couple beers.
Yeah.
That would be so cool to do. And then and I would also like to go to Digging in Virginia, DIV in the States. Really, really, I think that's a huge event that I would really, really like to go to one day. We'll see. You never know.
So, who organises these events over there? Is it the manufacturers of the detectors that organise these?
I'm not too sure about that. Um, in in um, in Canada, um, the digs that I have been to have been organized by stores, metal detecting stores, and then they get all the sponsors and stuff like that. I'm not well versed on digging in Virginia, but yeah, I'd love to go.
Nice, I like it. So, obviously, I know you want to come to the UK, but do you have a specific area or place that you'd love to go detecting that would be at the top of your list?
I would I would love to dig a World War One battle site. I'd love to get a relic.
Yeah.
And if it was even personal, it would be like the best. But yeah, World War One. There's a soft spot in my heart for World War One. I would love to dig on one of their battlefields and dig up a relic. I think that would be probably like the pinnacle of metal detecting for me.
Nice. So I noticed that you're using currently at the moment you're using the Equinox 600. Do you have a dream detector that you would like to just have and own or do you think
I
you
would,
want?
oh, if money was no object, I would
Yeah.
have an XP Deus. I would totally have an XP Deus. I've been looking at the ORX recently, only
Yeah.
because it's considerably cheaper, less expensive here in Canada. But I don't know. I'm thinking this is my plan is keep the Equinox,
Yeah.
because now I have the 6-inch coil and I think I'm pretty set with that. And it's great in the water. I've taken it salt water on the east coast of Canada. Absolutely incredible in salt water. I think I'm good with that. And then the AT Pro, I could always sell that, and that's what I like about metal detecting. You can always sell your old detectors, recoup some of the money, use it for another detector. I'm thinking of doing that, but yeah, I'm leaning towards the ORX, and I've started watching videos, reviews, and that sort of thing. So yeah.
I can't remember who was watching actually, but there was a metal detector. It had both, and it had them side by side. And to be fair, what I seen of it, it looked pretty good because it didn't miss any of the signals the Deus was missing, if you know what I mean. So it was keeping up with the Deus. So yeah, it sounds like a good machine. I know Scottish Relics, they use Dean. He uses the ORX, and he says he quite likes it as well. Like, to be fair. But I know you just mentioned that you were in salt water, so obviously beach detecting and land detecting.
Yeah.
Is there one that you prefer more, or do you like to be on each?
Oh my goodness, if I had my choice, and if I lived somewhere where I had a beach like really accessible to me, oh my gosh, I'd be a beach detectorist for sure, without a doubt. Oh my goodness, I like it when it's hot out, and the fact that you could go in the water as well. If I could like snap my fingers, oh, I would definitely be a beach detectorist for sure.
Oh, definitely. That sounds good. I noticed I think it was last year, late last year, about October time, maybe a bit earlier. Or you mentioned you'd just come back from your holiday. You were mentioned that you had a few cocktails and stuff, but you managed to get a little bit of detecting done. See, when you go on holiday, do you always take or vacation? Do you always take your detector with you and do a little bit?
When we go on vacation in Canada, like to the east coast of Canada, I always bring my detector. And this or last Christmas, we went to the Dominican Republic. So I started reading about metal detecting laws and that sort of thing, because I've gone to Cuba many, many times.
Yeah.
And metal detecting is outlawed in Cuba, and they will take your detector away. And I would start really crying if they took my detector away.
Yeah.
So for the Dominican Republic, metal detecting is allowed. I purchased the pulse dive from Nocta.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Nocta.
I purchased the pulse dive, brought it, but the could not go in the water to do any detecting because the red flag was on every single day because the waves.
Okay.
And the waves and the red flag and my vertigo, not going to happen. So.
Nice.
So I wasn't able to use the pulse dive on that trip.
Okay, so I take it you've got a snorkel set and stuff to actually go around
Yeah,
using?
I do. Yes, I do. Yeah.
That does look quite interesting because I see like Scuba Sonia and all them do it as well and that.
Oh, it's very popular these days.
Yeah, I've seen a few going and doing it. Like
everybody's getting into the water and filming their finds.
Yeah, it does look really interesting. But I noticed on social media, you actually mentioned you were looking for the best footwear to go into what you call creeks.
Yes.
We call streams and stuff. Are you looking at possibly doing a bit of creek detecting now as well?
I'm hoping to go creek detecting on Sunday.
Nice. So did you find suitable footwear there?
Well, I have water shoes, but a lot of the really, really hardcore creek people, that's really what they do. We're mentioning that you need ankle support and that sort of thing. So I actually think what I'm going to do is I believe I'm going to hit the the secondhand shop, thrift shop, whatever you call it. And I think I'm going to find an old pair of hiking boots, and I'm just going to use those for the water.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, you know what? I might not even like creek detecting, so I really can't see spending a lot of money on a proper pair of like boots or whatever, if I'm not going to end up liking it. So I figure if I spend like maybe $15, $20 on a pair of used boots and I don't like it, there's really isn't too much of a loss.
Yeah. No, I find that way, I see, sorry, I've not actually done it myself, and the rivers, I look at them in Scotland, and some of them are just too disgusting to even go in. Do you know what I mean? But I hear a lot of all the good stuff seems to find in there as folk were bending over, trying to refill water canisters, etc. back in the day. So who knows? You might find some nice little relics.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so.
I
hope so. We'll
so when you're obviously with your YouTube and that, you do live streaming on a Tuesday and Sunday. Is that right?
My live streams are Thursday and Sunday.
Because I never seem to make the Thursday because it's always for our time.
Yeah, it's not a good time for you.
No, Sunday coffee with Liz is good.
Yes.
How do you manage the juggle? Because as I say, like obviously one live stream, it takes me like the week to prep and make sure everything's set up. But you're doing like 2 and editing videos and going detecting. So does that not take up all your time? How do you cope with?
No, it doesn't. No, and if people are just starting out live streaming, a lot of people just go on their phone to live stream, and eventually they will progress to some sort of a PC or a laptop or some sort of desktop environment.
Yeah.
But I mean, like if you were to see my first live stream, horrendous. Everybody gets better. The more you do, the more the better you get at it, the better you get to, talking to a camera, the more streamlined you make things. It does not seem like a lot of work. To me, it's not really a lot of work, and I really don't have to prepare all that much for my live streams. Now, video editing, for me personally, I really enjoy my editing, and sometimes it takes me many hours to go through the film, to edit the footage, to pick my music, to pick my the little funny things that I throw in there, my images and cartoons and clips and that sort of thing. But like I said, same thing. The more you do it, and it could look very daunting when you sit down and you just get some new editing software and you open it up and you're like, oh my goodness. It does get easier. Like I said, you learn how to streamline things, and you really, really cut down on the time that it takes.
Yeah. I find it takes hours editing, but I must admit, with some of your videos, I do like some of the, shall we say, like the little comedy bits that you put in it. It's quite amusing because you do. I think it was your Asylum one, potentially, or the one after it, where you sort of sneak up in the corner and you're talking as well as, you know what I mean? I was laughing. I thought that was pretty neat.
And you know what? It's just I'll be sitting here, and this is the room where I do all my editing.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting here, and I just put the clips together. So I'm looking at the clips, I'm editing the clips, and then I watch I watch it a lot of times before you actually see it. And I'll be watching it, and I'll think, oh, maybe I should say something for clarification, or oh, that looks like a great place to put in a clip. And then like I'll spend like an hour trying to find the proper clip or the music. I mean, sometimes like a 10-second clip of music, a soundbite, takes me like half an hour to find because it's just got to be the right one. And that is not that is not saying that those people that just kind of like, clip to clip.
Yeah.
That's another style of editing. There are many styles of editing. I'm not knocking anyone's editing. But I try to tell a story with mine, and I try to when you watch my videos, I hope that you see that I don't take metal detecting too seriously, but at the same time, I do take it seriously.
Yeah.
I like to have fun. I like to have fun while I'm detecting, and then I hope that you enjoy watching the finished product.
Oh yeah, definitely. Is that why you like as well going around with Aaron? As because obviously you could be sultry and just keep it to yourself and stuff like that. But is that why you like going with Aaron, so you can have a laugh and a little bit of fun? Because Aaron seems quite shy as well sometimes in the films.
Yeah. Sometimes I actually was it yesterday or the day before? I'm not sure. I think it was the day before. I was ending my video and Aaron was beside me and I had Aaron in the shot as well. And I was just talking and then I turned to Aaron and I said, Aaron, do you want to take us away today? And he just looked at the camera. He didn't say anything.
Yeah.
It's always fun to metal detect with friends.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can still talk to the camera while I'm detecting, and it's like I'm there with somebody.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem detecting by myself.
Nice. I like it. So with your live streams as well, you do coin rolling. And you obviously in Canada, we were talking. I think when we were doing the test stream, you Canada, I would say, kind of leads in the way that you always put different designs on the coins and stuff like that. Are we going to see more coin rolling? Obviously, because of the current climate at the moment, you were saying that you've kind of halted and stuff.
Yeah. Right now, it's difficult to get quantities of coins in the rolls at the bank because of COVID. But I'm hoping that possibly in the fall, I'll bring back my my coin roll hunting live streams at. I usually do them in the afternoon, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now I know that's not the best time to do it, but there are some people that are home during the day.
Yeah.
So let's look at some coins and see what we can find.
Yeah, I liked one of the coin rolls. Well, I think it went on for a couple of weeks because you found or you bought a case of coins.
Yeah.
I found that one quite interesting because I think out of all your coins, I think it was only like one silver we seen you come out of, but there was a lot of nice, interesting coins. Do you get many yard sales and stuff like that, or house sales that you can go to find things like that?
I actually, oh my goodness, a couple years ago, I got a case, like a briefcase that had coins in it, paper money, and that sort of thing. Most of them were international. I guess this person traveled a lot and brought coins, but I did purchase one of those, and I think on a few episodes I actually just brought the case of coins, and then I would just like pick some coins and put it under the coin cam and see what we got. But by and large, no, you're not really going to be able to find that sort of thing. And when you do find it, I would say definitely grab it.
Yeah. So with the coin rolling as well, what do you prefer, or what's your preferred rolls in the sense of, is it quarters, dimes? Because obviously you find some and then you can hear that when you're doing it, you're like,
Canada has no, we don't have pennies as of 2012, no pennies to hunt, so we can't do those. The nickels, there are no silver nickels unless you go like really, really back, and you're not going to find those in coin rolls. The dimes, I have a hard time reading the dates on dimes. Really, really hard time. So I try not to do dimes. Quarters, kind of left with quarters, and I have found silver in the quarters, and there's always the colorized quarters, which people enjoy receiving because on my streams, if I found anything interesting, we would do a giveaway, and then the person could pick from the coins which coin they would want. So that proved to be a very enjoyable, and like I said, I'm hoping to do that again in the fall.
Yeah. I do like the colorized coins. How many sets is there of them? Because
oh my goodness, tons. There's tons of sets.
Yeah.
Tons of sets. But you know what? They're a great way to get kids interested in collecting is our colorized quarters. Are really, really, really interesting.
Yeah. So through all your coin rolling, how many silvers would you say that you've actually found?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. Not a lot.
Yeah. Because what year is it? Is it 67?
68.
68.
68. Yeah.
Nice. what was I going to say with that? So, what would you say is your best silver find through coin rolling?
I did find the 67 dime, which has the mackerel on it, and that's kind of a joke on my live streams. Is I actually thought that on the 1967, which was our centennial dime, they put I thought it was a whale, because if you look at, like, if you're looking at the ocean from the top, like,
Yeah.
and you see a whale swimming in the ocean, it kind of looks like this only. And I kept saying, for a long time, I was saying it was a whale. And then somebody said, no, that's not a whale, that's a mackerel. So that kind of turned out to be a joke on the channel. So I was very happy to find the mackerel dime, which I still say, I swear it was a whale.
Nice. I'll not keep you too much longer, but obviously Garrett as well. They've obviously released the Apex. What have you seen any reviews on it, or have you been?
Yeah,
interested?
I watched their unveiling. You see, the thing is, doesn't matter what you say. There's going to be people that are like, she said this.
Yeah.
Or there's going to be people that agree with you, right? So about the Apex, I think it's an interesting detector. I like that it is multi-frequency, true multi-frequency. I like that.
Yeah.
Gotta say, when I watched the unveiling and I saw that yellow box, the yellow housing, I'm like, oh, it's an ace. I'm like, oh, that kind of, I know it's not a big deal, but this was me when I watched it. So I didn't like that. I love that coil.
Yeah.
I love the coil design. Really, really cool coil design. I like that it's multi-frequency. I don't like that it's not waterproof.
Yeah.
You cannot submerge it. They say that you can have it out in the rain, but that's it. You cannot submerge it. So, and here in Canada, to get the whole wireless package, you're looking at almost $800.
Wow.
And that's a lot of money for something that is kind of like mid-level. That's a lot of money. So I would much rather take that $800, add a little bit more, and get myself an ORX from XPD.
So, how expensive are the detectors over in Canada? Because I know for us it's like it's about £800 for like your Equinoxes and stuff like that. Obviously, you can go into the thousands for the bigger ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is it quite expensive for the detecting gear in Canada?
Well, our dollar is not. It doesn't do too well as far as the exchange rate with the American dollar. So when they say that a detector, I think the simplex in the States is around $300, something like that. American dollars. Here it's like maybe $550 when you throw in the tax. That's a lot of cash.
Yeah.
And when I saw what the price tag was, I mean the Apex is not available yet in Canada for sale. There's a lot of waiting lists and that kind of thing, like for when it first comes out. But like $800, that's a lot of cash. It's a lot of cash.
I would say, but it sounds like a lot of cash, especially for an Ace series. They kept that under wraps as well, though, didn't they? They done that quite.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was like, because when they first announced it was like Apex. It's the Apex, and I thought it was whole new. And then
I thought it would one up maybe the AT Pro.
Yeah.
But the yellow, as soon as I saw the yellow, I think I did a reaction video, and in the video, it's like, oh, it's yellow.
Yeah. I seen a lot of obviously folk really get into the fact that they're trying to keep it hush, and through all the trailers that the teasers, and folk are like proper trying to get snips and stuff. I thought that was quite funny to watch people. Like, this is what we know, and this is what's come out. But
exactly.
It's quite an interesting detector. Although I think they brought it out, the reveal, for me personally, a little too soon compared to the release date, if you know what I mean, because it seemed
Yeah, there's a bit of a lag between the video that or the release and to us getting them in our local shops. But I know there are, I guess, the Garrett people who have these units in their hands and who are making videos right now
Yeah.
and testing them and that sort of thing. Once again, not to downplay the Apex, but they did not wow me. I was expecting them to really wow us,
Yeah.
but they didn't. And I don't know, when you got the Simplex here for like a Canadian font, like for 500 Canadian Simplex, which is waterproof, and then you have the Apex here for like 500. I don't know, you know?
Yeah. That is,
Yeah.
that is a lot. Like, as I say, like, but anyway, so, well, we've been going for an hour 20, so I'll give you one final question, Liz. What would you like to have achieved in, say, like 5 years of your hobby? As in, is there anything you would have liked to have accomplished, either finding or doing, and where would you like to see like your channel or anything like that?
Oh, wow. That's a that's a really deep question. I hope that in 5 years I am as healthy as I am now, and that I can still read the coins when I take them out of the ground.
Yeah.
And I hope that I can still bend over and pick up these coins from the ground.
Yeah.
For me, I'm very certain that I will have dug a mercury dime pipe then, but yeah, I think maybe the traveling part, just maybe to travel to other locations, Detective Val or whatever, and just meet other people and dig with other people and have a
Yeah.
beer with some other people.
Yeah, I noticed that you do that through, like, I see on your community page as well through YouTube, and that you actually meet up with other detectives that may be
Oh
in your
yeah,
area.
for sure, for sure.
So do you get a lot of people coming in and saying, "Oh, I'm in your area. Do you fancy coming?" Or
Into my area, not really, but I do get emails from people that say, because I've always said from the beginning, I'll drive 2 hours.
yeah,
I don't know if that's a big deal driving 2 hours where you live, but I'll drive 2 hours to meet up with people, and I've actually driven more than that to dig with some people, but I figure probably going to be stuff over, like if I drive 2 hours, should be stuff that I can't get here, I hope.
yeah,
And meeting new people, networking is always good. Introducing Canuck Nation to other people is a good thing.
yeah. 2 hours isn't that bad, to be fair. I think it's about an hour and a half, anywhere between an hour and a half to maybe 2.5 hours for when we were doing or there was organised digs. I would travel
Mm-hmm.
up to like 2.5 hours to go on an organised dig.
Yeah.
Because for where I stay, my areas was heavily industrialised. So
Mm-hmm.
for kind of like maybe the older stuff, I've got to travel out to county
Mm-hmm.
to go and find. So that's not too bad. But anyway, I'd just like to say, Liz, though, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the live stream. Is there anything in the chat that you've seen that you would like to answer question-wise? I don't know if I've missed the chat. It seems to be flying.
I just for a lot of people, or for those people that are not yet subscribed to Diggin Canuck,
Yeah.
I would really, really hope that if after you've watched some of my videos, I would hope that I have earned a subscription from you. So yeah, come on over to Canuck Nation and yeah, let's have some fun.
Yeah. So thanks very much, Liz, once again. And for everyone else, I would like to say good luck and happy hunting, everybody, and good night.
All right, thank you.